Hey everyone, it's Richard Solomon. Quick good morning, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending on where and when you're viewing this. All right, so if you have not yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. This is on YouTube, so that you will be apprised of new content when that is posted. And be sure to follow me on LinkedIn, Richard Solomon, as well as Richard A. Solomon on IG or Instagram. And if you're a Facebooker, as you probably should be, Facebook has 2 billion active users. I'm reasonably sure that you might be one of them. Be sure to join our DCC Consulting Academy. I'm going to be posting special content in there very soon that I won't be posting anywhere else as we lead up to the launch of our $1 Million Consulting program that is going to be launched in the month of March of 2020. All right, today I wanted to talk about fear. Some people say that fear is false emotions appearing real. I don't agree so much with the emotions part, because your emotions are real to you. That's how you feel. The chemicals that are released in your middle brain or your mammalian brain are real, and that causes you to feel a particular way. So your emotional states are real. I prefer false evidence appearing real. If you are planning to go off the beaten path, and the beaten path is go to school, get a job, study for that career more, get promoted, and you'll do fine. And that is the beaten path. And there are lots of people, millions and millions of people all over this planet who have done very well with that model. But if you plan and you try and you intend to go off the beaten path, maybe you want to become a consultant, maybe you are going to become a freelancer or an entrepreneur, something of that kind, where you will determine how you go, when you go, how fast you go, how much you do, then you are bound to feel some fear, some discomfort, some disquiet. That's very normal. Nothing is broken. It is your reptilian brain trying to keep you safe. It is your reptilian brain trying to keep you out of trouble. As I said, nothing is broken there. So if you feel some fear as you contemplate this step, or if you've started and you're wondering, am I going to be able to make it? This is normal. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. When I was getting started as a consultant, one of the things that I remember asking my wife at the time was, wow, this is a big step. We've got bills to pay. I am not sure we can do this. I'm not sure I can do this. And as she has responded to me many times with things that were too big for me or too big for my belief, don't you have faith? And I said, and I've said this to her many times, I don't think my faith is that big. And she says, well, I have faith for both of us. And so it's really helpful when you have someone in your corner, someone who believes in you, who believes that you can accomplish something beyond that which you yourself believe that you can. So that's one good thing. The other thing is that you've got to have a support system, not just that person, but systems around you that will guide you to success. Success is more so a habit than a happenstance or a lottery. Some people think that the way you become successful as a consultant is that you have to be lucky and you have to know all the right people and go out to all the right parties. And that might help. You know, a network is very useful. Meeting people in different places, those are very, that's very useful, and they can be very valuable. However, I did not have a really massive, valuable network when I got started. Very few people knew me. Sometimes I think very few people still know me. I did not go to all the right parties because, well, that was never my scene. But there are things that you can do to help you. Now, as I said, the fear is real. You would be concerned, as I was concerned, how am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to take care of my car note? And we could just keep kind of going down the list. I can tell you that if you take the right steps, if you structure your business the right way, if you have the right attitude and work ethic towards it, then more than likely you will be successful. I used to say a very long time ago that I'm probably not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I can work most people into the ground. So long after other people have quit, I'm probably going to keep going. So one of the ways that we overcome the fear is to identify the what. What must I do to take me out of that large percentage of people who will either quit before they've had given the system enough chance to prove itself, or those people who will just fail because of other reasons. You need a system around you in order to guide you and to help you succeed. The other thing that you must do, and this is something that I was very clear about very early, is that you've got to stay on the learning journey. And I talked about this in a previous video under the Millionaire Mindset playlist, so you should check that out on YouTube. You've got to stay on the learning journey and then apply those learnings in your situation. Fear, I've found that fear is overcome by action. You will feel fear, but you got to feel the fear and do it anyway. I like to say, take the leap, the net will appear, or you'll grow wings on the way down. The net will appear, or you'll grow wings on the way down. Now, I know that might not be very comforting, but let me tell you, there are people on this planet who started with nothing, literally nothing, beyond a very basic high school education. And one step after the other have been able to build a significant career without being endowed with large amounts of money, without people doing them too many favors, etc. And what's different about you? What's different about me? I can tell you, when I got started, as I said, I didn't know many people. I certainly didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have the kind of education that I do today. I probably hadn't traveled to more than maybe two or three countries at that time, and all within the same region of the Americas. So there was really nothing special about me going forward. But if I can sit here 20, 21 years later and tell you, one, I have been able to, build a real business. It's a real business with real clients, with large clients. Our clientele is a virtual who's who on planet Earth. And we haven't touched every corner of the earth, certainly. But we've built a successful business that every year has been in the black. If I can tell you I've done that, if I can tell you that we don't have issues and challenges with things like, well, how are we going to pay our mortgage this month? Or how is staff going to be paid? Those issues no longer exist. We start every year with businesses on the books. We start every year with purchase orders, clients asking for things, with proposals to be sent out, with business to be done. And if I can come to this point, and we can come to this point, and we know the steps to help you get there, there's no reason why you can't do it. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? You don't want to get down to another few 5, 10, 15 years in your life and you look back and say, what if I'd done that? What if I'd taken this step? Don't let fear prevent you from taking this step. Will you feel afraid? Sure you will. Can you overcome? Absolutely you can. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Great chatting with you. See you soon.